Hello and welcome to another episode of Where No Pod Has Gone Before, where today we'll be reviewing and recapping Star Trek. There we go already. Star Trek,
Uh,
Starfleet Academy, episodes 3, 4, and 5. I don't know if you have anything to say before we get right into it.
well, I think straight off the bat, I think without any argument, we can all agree that episode 3 is the best one so far.
Well,
I'm sure I was watching it and I knew you would just be loving this one.
yeah.
Yeah, because it was pretty shite, I thought.
Yeah, well, let's just get into episode 3 then, titled Fights Reflux. So. Yeah, if you listen to the last episode, we expressed some concerns about, let's say, the traps and pitfalls of doing, a teen, young adult Star Trek show could be, and everything came true in this one.
Yeah. This was about as bad as it could have gotten.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if we spoke about this during a record, but I've mentioned to you that there's a problem where they're making Star Trek about Star Trek, and it has this like self-reflexive nature, and like I don't care how the Academy works. An Academy show to me is the experiences, the formative experiences that make great Starfleet officers. That's
exactly.
The ideal of an Academy show.
You don't want to know the mechanics of the school and stuff like that.
I don't care about it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
And so much of the Academy's operation you can just infer from the other shows. I mean, they talk about their experience. Picard talks about the Academy a lot, and
exactly. In fact, if you go into it too much, you risk contradicting yourself with like previous stuff that's been said and everything. So yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, I just want proper Star Trek stories where there's a planet and an alien people and something goes wrong and the captain has to sort something out. That's. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about this one. So we have.
We've got to get into it.
We start off with an early wake up exercise montage led by Lurathok, hashtag innocent. Coming out of this episode, innocent at least. And while watching it, I was already thinking this is just my worst nightmare come true. We have, the rivalry of the two schools, the kind of modern talk, teeny bopper angst, and the War College kind of bullying gang, I guess, is led by a Vulcan and a Romulan.
Is she? I mean, that's what I wanted to ask. Is she actually a Romulan?
She doesn't behave like one.
But I mean, she sort of seems like she might be a hybrid of something. It sort of looked like she might be hybrid.
Oh,
with Vulcan
yes.
And, I don't know. I
mean, the ridged...
the ridges and stuff, Vulcan and Klingon or something, or Romulan and Klingon or something. I don't really know what she is.
Yeah, it's a good question, I guess.
Yeah.
But this opened up like a kind of what if for me. Like, why not use the different species dynamics in an interesting way? Because you watch the original series, Spock being a Vulcan creates a lot of friction and comedy and drama when played against the human crewmates. And like
they're all actually just the same. They've just got various makeups and stuff on at the moment.
The only thing that makes this guy a Vulcan is a kind of monotone vocal effect, I guess.
Yeah.
No,
so, and I mean, I was also thinking, I mean, the fact that there's a war college, because I mean, the whole thing used to be that Starfleet is not the military, but they also handle conflict and stuff. Whereas now they've got a war college, so that obviously implies like a different branch of operations. So I mean, but then Starfleet still does conflict as well.
Yeah. So this might be a Discovery thing.
I've been noticing a few shortfalls with not not having watched all of Discovery. Yeah.
And we go into a prank, and then Lurathok and Captain Arke are catching up, and they talk about a prank war. And then they've shenaned once, they will shenan again. Um, I'm already reaching over for any kind of weapon to take myself out with, because this is just this is so tough. It's just
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah. No, completely.
Oh my god. And they put some kind of drama or dramatic pressure on it by saying that the oversight committee is going to come, and
Right.
the school is an experiment. And I was wondering, like, what about this is an experiment? This is Starfleet Academy. This
Yeah,
is the
it's
school
existed for
that
centuries. Yeah.
this is the school that produced James Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard,
Yeah.
these legends. I don't understand that, but as I said, it is a way to put down some pressure on the characters and the
Yeah, I
situation.
suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but isn't it, it might have been Starfleet Academy wasn't going for a while, I
Yeah,
would
that
have
was
assumed. So this is
yes.
sort of they've restarted it or so,
Yeah.
right? This is like the first generation of students back.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I suppose that's sort of what they mean when they say it's an experiment. Like, can we make it what it once was?
I suppose, but
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like a stretch to me.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
Uh,
bit forced, yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then we go into, I guess, plant class with the Vitus reflux plant, which I didn't really get what its thing
It
was.
was they kept sort of it felt like they kept adding properties to it as the episode came like as it went on,
Yeah.
like at first I thought, oh, okay, so it just imitates your voice, but then suddenly these things are protected species and they take over the whole building and all of that,
Yeah. But there was something
I'm
about
like, oh, you didn't
empathy.
mention this. Oh yeah, I know exactly. So
Yeah.
it's some magical plant that does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously it's the episode name, so it's important, I
Oh
guess.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we have laser tag, they call it, the sport.
Yes, yes,
I've
yeah.
already forgotten what the sport is called.
Oh, I've no idea. It was laser tag. Yeah, I know
It's just laser
exactly.
tag.
Yeah, yeah.
But I was complaining about like this not being proper Star Trek, but having a really generic feet on the ground action scene is the right of every Star Trek show to have. So
Yeah,
fair
I know
play.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Fiercely generic and
But then, I mean, because then there comes the rivalry with, okay, look, the names, I still don't have them. The Kionian and the other chick with the
I've written
ridges.
them down to remember that, because I was also
Okay.
it's Darum, who is the
Oh, yes,
Kionian,
yes, yeah,
and
yeah, Darum.
Genesis.
And there we go. You see, no, exactly. Yeah, thank
Yes.
you. There's the rivalry between them, and it's really badly done. I mean, it's like so forced and sort of like,
Yeah.
especially. I mean, I'm probably jumping the gun here. I can't remember the sequence of stuff, but like when they playing the War College, um, and he keeps insisting like, no, don't do strategy. I'm like, what do you mean, don't do strategy? Like, well, what kind of person's going to say that?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a huge brain move to use a strategy. It's sort of like they try to force it so hard, and then like he quits and like runs away and all of that.
Yeah.
Um, it just seemed so unnatural and so forced.
Yeah. I mean, it is a little bit out of order, but I'll bring it up now. So
Yeah, yeah,
they
sorry.
have
Yeah,
parental issues, right? And this is a thing that, like, it's something, if you don't do well, is going to bite you later on. You have a
right.
lot of characters in this show who have like traumatic backstories or tough backstories, and that's a lot of drama that's pitched backwards, I guess, like
Yes.
going backwards and looking in the past.
Yeah.
And we see in the next episode they actually use this very well, with Jaden.
Yes. Yes.
But
But I mean, I kept losing track of who. Like, I was like, oh, Genesis has got family issues. I mean, I can't even remember because I
so
thought it was Darum who's got family.
her father's an admiral, and therefore we infer that she's struggling to live up
Ah,
to the expectations.
okay. See, then
And
that's it's not distinct enough. The backstory with her and Darren. I mean, that's sort of the same thing, right? He's
yeah,
also
that
got
he had tough parental expectations as well.
yeah. So I mean, it's sort of
But
like
it's a lot of looking backwards. You know, Caleb
yeah,
has this, Jaden has this. Can't remember if anyone else does. But it's a lot of, you know,
yeah,
let's go forward with the drama. Let's solve problems, and uh,
yeah. Like
I'm not trying
mention
to
it
unravel
maybe.
your
Yeah,
childhood or
yeah,
anything here.
yeah.
But in the laser tag, there was a nice thing, because last time I uh, complained a little bit about um, the technology not progressing far enough for,
Right.
I
Oh
guess,
yeah,
700,
right.
800
Yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah.
And I like that the phases now have a transport setting.
Yes, yeah, and the fact that I mean you can have it in a phaser.
Yeah.
It used to we already saw in Picard obviously with those arches, so it was getting better, but now the fact that you can have
Hmm.
a transporter in your
Yeah.
hand. Yeah, no, you're right.
But
I enjoyed that as well.
when I was a kid, first getting into Trek, it was like set phases to kill, set phases to stun. It's like, can't there be more? I want more settings. You know, it's nice
Right,
that
yeah.
finally, 60 years later,
Yeah,
they
set
have a new
phasers
phaser
to
setting.
transport, yeah. 60 years later, yeah.
Yeah. Then we have the next scene, which is Caleb and I've I've forgotten this name.
Hmm.
The Beta Z
Oh yeah,
girl,
I keep forgetting that as well. No, yeah.
Tamira.
Yeah, something like that. It's
Yeah.
to yeah, who knows?
And they have a little catch up basketball flirting.
Yeah.
And all of this stuff is like just silly indie drama, you know, teeny, like it
Yeah,
doesn't
I'm also
feel earned.
it felt like I mean, I feel like I missed something because like I thought she was more upset than she was supposed to be with him. Like she was like actually upset about something. And I'm like, okay, but you guys just had like a little bit of a and like somehow it's like, oh no, she was like completely upset with him and they had this like I thought it was like a sort of love hate thing, but like at the beginning she was like really, against him.
Yeah.
Um and I was like, okay, this is like too dramatic for whatever happened.
Yeah. This is
Um
like exactly that. It
yeah.
feels like writers kind of floundering to create something here
Yeah,
that's
yeah, and
more
then
than
her
what we
little,
know it to be.
her little red light thing
Yeah, the
goes off,
neuroinhibitor.
and you're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, okay, so she's also got background, right? We're going to learn
Yeah, yeah,
about that at
exactly.
some stage.
It's
Um,
backstory and all this
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Um and I noticed that they had the 3D printed basketball, which is like it's a
Oh,
thing in our world right now.
oh, really?
Yeah, and it's funny that they use that to make it look a little bit futuristic,
Oh,
I
I didn't
guess.
notice that at all. No
Yeah.
ways.
Um yeah, and then we get the daddy issue stuff. And then I've written in my notes, why is the commander in? And I suppose that's the um that's Captain Ake uh kind of pushing them to escalate uh the prank war, or
Right,
to like
yeah,
you know, do well for her, I guess, and for the school.
right.
And then we have the big showdown in the atrium. And again, I've
Yeah,
written in my notes, Darum is so dumb because
yeah.
it's just, and it's like dumb for the sake of the scene. You know, the scene
Exactly.
needs it. Yeah,
It's forced.
yeah.
The whole
This is
thing
what we need
is
him to be in
forced.
this moment, and it doesn't feel
Yeah,
authentic for.
because
Yeah.
he did, him and Genesis both did, score highest or whatever. That's why they were up for captaincy together.
Yes.
And now suddenly they portray him as completely incompetent. He's always the first one to, get shot and go out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but that doesn't make any sense. Like the War
Yeah.
College aren't that good because look, the rest of them are still in. So what's going on here?
Yeah. And I've also written for this scene because we see pads again. And
Right.
this is another thing where I think, can't we have an upgrade of this? Can't you put like a hologram display in your comm badge or something
Yeah,
on your
actually,
wrist?
you're right.
You know,
Yeah,
there's an opportunity there as well to upgrade
there
it.
is. You're right.
Um, but yeah, they keep losing, and then
Yeah, and I mean
Genesis.
the celebrations and the frustrations and stuff during that scene. You know, like when they score a point, it's like, yeah, well
Yeah, yeah,
done, high five. You
exactly.
know, and I'm like, you know, you can see that it's rehearsed. It's not believable. I thought the acting in a lot of scenes in this episode, from characters which have acted well in previous episodes
Yeah,
and subsequent episodes, this one, especially that showdown scene, I mean, it felt like a high school play.
yeah. I
You know,
mean, I think that comes back to writing. It's not leaving them a lot to do,
right?
I
Yeah,
guess. This is
yeah, yeah.
it's very thin gruel
Yeah,
over here.
it's just like high five and celebrate or whatever. And then, oh
Yeah.
no, we
Yeah.
lost again.
Yeah. God, I
Yeah.
hate this. Anyway,
I was
Genesis.
I was just thinking about you throughout the whole episode. I was like, this was your worst nightmare. You've been talking about this
I
for
could have
months.
if you had asked me like write, the worst possible
Yeah,
outcome for
yeah,
Starfleet Academy, this
yeah.
would have been very close to it.
Yeah,
What
but
I would have come up with.
it would have been one thing if it was just a bad story, but it was also badly executed. Like the
Yeah.
whole thing, like the acting, the storytelling, everything was
Yeah.
just bad. It was just
Exactly.
it was really terrible. I mean, I think I said in the introduction episode that it takes a lot for Star Trek to disappoint me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it did it this time. I was like, no, this is really bad.
Yeah.
And you know, I've seen a lot of sort of, I would say, premature hate for this show online, from like old traditional fans, you know, like
Yes.
of the old stuff. They like, no, this is like ridiculous, and like, you know, from the first episode they dismissed it. They're like, no, this is not Star Trek, whatever. And I'm like, you know, just give it a chance. But yeah, this one, you know, the first two we sort of had mixed opinions and everything.
Hmm.
But this one was, yeah, this one dropped the ball for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, let's plow through it. So
Yeah,
Genesis
yeah.
is it takes over captaincy in the middle of the match, and there's a neat strategy, and they win a point. And the Vulcan from the War College says smart, and I thought that was also
Yeah.
like a Vulcan saying smart doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
Surely
he
there's a word with more syllables that you can use.
exactly, yeah. I mean, even just fascinating, you know?
Well, but why
But
is the Vulcan even in on this? Why is that? Is that logical? I don't understand that.
there's been a lot of scenes where that's why I was wondering, I was like, is this guy supposed to actually be a Romulan? Because he's not, he's deadpan a lot of the time, but he's sort of got this like smirk a lot of the time, you know, sort of where,
Yeah.
and he does have that competitiveness and everything. So I'm like, you know, you're not, you know, you always, one of the greatest DS9 episodes was I think it was in the last season, the the DS9ers, I think they were the baseball
Oh, the
episode,
baseball one.
you know,
Take me out to the holosuite.
yeah, exactly, where they
Yeah.
play the Vulcans, and like the Vulcans are like, you know, they're not competitive. They're just like, we're winning, you know, and
Yeah,
like,
but also because they're
cool.
so physically dominant over
Yeah,
humans.
exactly. Whereas this guy is like, you know, he doesn't really seem like a Vulcan. He just seems like a human, who's just like very serious.
Yeah. Um, yeah. Again, like I go back to the kind of species friction. There's so much there that you can use that I think
Exactly. I mean, that's the
yeah,
interesting part, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so they're caught in this, and then they're taken to the Chancellor's office where she's in a warp core PJs. Um, she's
The
throwing
warp
herself
core
around a
PJs
lot.
were wicked. I mean,
Yeah.
I was enjoying a lot of the clothes in this episode. I think, you know, the varsity jackets, and then also, I don't know if those were in this episode or the next one, the hoodies.
Hmm.
You know, I'm hoping all of this stuff becomes available at some stage. I mean, warp core pajamas. Are you kidding me? I mean,
I'll get a set of that. I guess.
I would buy several sets of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say she's throwing herself around a lot on the furniture, putting her feet up. She's walking around barefoot.
Can she
It,
sit in the chair properly just once? I just want to see.
yeah.
I just want to see her
Thank
do
you.
it. You know.
It is a little sort of, um, I don't know. It feels to me, it feels like Holly Hunter she's a big star, a big
Mm.
name, and she was approached to be in the show, and she's like, "Well, I'll do it, but I'm going to do it my way. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to do the standard captain stuff." And
And
it feels like that.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the barefoot thing as well. I thought that was like a once off thing. She's like, oh, I'm barefoot today.
Yeah.
But oh, so what? She's barefoot the whole time now, and she's got these little dangly things.
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, okay, so that's just her now.
Yeah, it's
So
just what it is. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, whatever. But like, she literally every time you see her sitting down, she's not sitting in the chair properly. Not once, not
Yeah.
ever. She's always lounging or whatever. And I'm like, I just want to see if you know how to, you know.
Yeah. Um, so after that, she gives a whole bunch of hints, and we go into a kind of, they realize that they need to do a big final prank, to defeat the War College on their level. And um, before the heist goes proper, we get the reveal that Jet Reno, the um,
Oh,
temporal mechanics or teacher,
yeah.
and Lurathok are together.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No, and
Which
I mean, since you're bringing them both up, I mentioned last time that I wasn't really enjoying Lurathok.
Mhm.
She's the Jemadar, right?
Yes,
But I mean, she's absolutely grown on me. Like I'm really loving her now. She's also got like a little bit more depth. It's not just like screaming the whole time. Like
yes, we'll get to
I'm
that
really
one. Yeah,
enjoying her. Yeah. But what's the other one? Reno.
Jet
Jet Reno.
Reno.
I
She's
think she's
introduced in
from
Discovery.
yeah, from Discovery.
Yeah.
I think she's a terrible character. I'm not she reminds me of Jerry Seinfeld in Seinfeld, where he's sort of like he knows he's making jokes the whole time. You know, he's
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
she's always cracking like with some wisecrack
But
or whatever. It's sort of like
the actor is a comedian. That is,
yeah,
so, you know, that is kind of the function that she serves here, is to,
I suppose, but I'm not really enjoying her.
yeah, yeah, I don't want it. I don't want a quippy,
Exactly. It
yeah,
brings me out of it every time. It's like, oh, okay. And she like she never takes anything seriously enough. You know, it's
yeah,
always. But I mean, yeah. I suppose you have to have some comic relief.
yeah. So we go into the heist proper, um, and it's fine, whatever. And Caleb's in the Mugato mascot costume, um, and on the way out from completing the heist, he bumps into a Beta Z Tamira. We're gonna say Tamira, but it's so likely that's not her name.
No,
Um,
it's slightly more alien sci-fi.
yeah, we get more of the kind of indie drama. I'm not like other girls type
Yeah,
stuff. Um,
yeah,
and it's
yeah,
just so like,
yeah.
yeah,
Tarima, that's her name.
Tarima. Yeah, okay.
Tarima, yeah. You were close.
I guess so.
Tarima.
And the heist goes off without a hitch, and the academy wins. And the teachers say, "Oh, you win. Thanks, whatever." And um, yeah, there we are.
Yeah, and you see also, I mean, once again, the way that both sides react to the pranks. You know, where they get like they see red and they like run at each other, and I'm like, oh,
Yes,
you know, it's not that bad. Like, just relax. You know, I mean, okay,
yes,
the final one was a bit bigger, but like, you know, all right, so they transported you into classrooms and stuff, and this is like the worst thing that's ever happened to you. Like, Jesus, you know, um, I felt like the reactions were very staged.
yeah. We get to the end of the episode, and they're all part of the Calican team. I guess that's what I'm gonna call the sport from now on. Laser tag.
Yeah,
Um,
cool, good enough.
yeah, but they have the nice jackets. And yeah, there we go. And I've written down two things about this episode, kind of generally. that I wanted
Mm.
to point out. One is not really, it's about the show, really. It's about the design. You can see reflections of all the displays and the lights in the floor. And
Oh,
I just, when I picked that up, it just made everything feel so much more cheap, I guess.
right. Yeah. It sort of it reminds you that it's a set or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't
Okay.
like it. You know,
Yeah, I hadn't noticed that.
try,
What
try
you
to
mean?
try
Like
to look for
you mean
it.
like the screens and stuff in the actual ship or
Yeah. And
whatever?
they reflect on the
Okay.
floor.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Hmm.
Yeah. Um, and one thing I liked about the episode, and I think about the dynamic of the group in general, is that everyone kind of sees through Caleb's tough guy act. They're kind of like, oh, look at him,
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, big tough guy. He's part of the team now, and they all kind of see through it.
Yeah.
Um,
No. Yeah. Exactly. Because it was sort of it was getting a little bit much. It's sort of like just relax, man. Like
yeah,
you don't have to be this mysterious dude the whole time. Like just these are your friends now. Open up and yeah. I suppose that's sort of what happened during the episode.
yeah,
Because in the next episodes he is a little bit sort of he's part of the team now. I suppose he's sort of accepted. He's like, okay, yeah, I want to be here.
yeah. There's not much urgency finding his mom. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, that's forgotten about that
yeah,
completely. Yeah,
yeah, but that's for
but
episode
he's still
10, of course.
yeah. Ah, right, yes, of
Yeah,
course, of course.
um, yeah, but that's episode 3 done and dusted. We can never think about that one again. Um, we can move on
Yeah,
to
no,
episode
exactly.
4.
In rewatches in the future, you can absolutely skip episode 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's it doesn't add much to the story at all.
No, not at all. Then we go to episode 4, Vox in Excelso. I did Google what this meant, but I've forgotten. Let me find
Yeah,
that
I
out
actually
again.
didn't even look at the title.
So it's a Latin phrase meaning a voice on high.
Oh, I see.
So let's
Okay,
see if we can work out a link there.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
And I mentioned in the last episode, we have a lot of drama pitched backwards,
yeah.
uh, and I think this is this is a case of using it very well.
Fantastically well, yeah, because it's
Yeah,
sort of it's added so much more depth to Jaden. I mean, uh, by far enjoying Jaden more than anyone else. Like
right.
I think I mentioned at some stage, like he's got something to tell.
Yes,
He's
yes,
got
yeah,
a
yeah,
story. Like you could see that there's something about him that we're going to learn, and like we've learned it now. Like, I thought it was fantastic, and like
yeah.
I'm excited for his character going forward. Like to see, how this is
But
going to influence.
it was also a nice balance of the personal and the science fiction story,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
which I think they've done very well here.
yeah.
Where we open with the Athena like on an away mission. We're in space, back in space. The ship is flying, and the Doctor's back, um, and he's talking about the Judge Aaron Satie
Ah,
debate
yeah,
competition.
beautiful. Yeah, yeah. With that
Uh,
line when it came, I was like, yeah.
but so obviously you clocked the link, right? With Aaron Satie.
Well, from Drumhead.
Yeah,
Yeah. Picard. I mean, we spoke about Drumhead, didn't we, last time or
yeah, yeah,
something?
yeah. I brought it up as a type
Yeah.
of episode that they wouldn't ever do anymore.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No. Yeah. I recognize the line immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Aaron Satie in Star Trek canon is a uh, renowned judge and I guess debater, um,
Right. Yeah.
whose own words were used against his daughter
Yeah.
when she went insane on the Enterprise and tried to start a drumhead trial.
Yeah.
Um, and I have his quote here that Picard uses against Satie's daughter. And I just want to
Yeah.
read. It doesn't really have anything to do with the episode. I want to read it.
Yeah.
Um, so it goes: with the first link, the chain is forged. The first speech censured. The first thought forbidden. The first freedom denied. Chains us all irrevocably. And
Hmm.
I saw that while looking all this up, and I just thought like we're never gonna get that in Star Trek again, like
No.
something to that level of depth and
No.
and
No.
and
Absolutely. Yeah.
thoughtfulness.
Yeah, because someone,
For the worse, I
someone
think.
wrote that for an episode back in
Yeah,
the day. So
a writer sat in a room and wrote that. Yes.
yeah,
Um,
no, you're right. There aren't lines like that in modern Trek that stand out. I mean, like if I think about famous Picard speeches, that's like one of the I can picture him there with his hand on his
yes, yes, yeah, the
and like
meme.
looks up and he's like, "There's words I've known since I was a boy," or whatever. Like you can picture it.
Yeah, and
It's
then
an iconic moment.
yeah, and then in that moment, the daughter, she storms out and she doesn't say anything. Or
Well,
she, or she gets,
the admiral walks out.
yes, the admiral, but she's, I guess she kind of goes crazy or something, and then yeah, the
Mm.
admiral walks out, and nothing said, but you can totally infer all the emotions
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, the
it,
admiral walking out. I mean, gives me goosebumps every time. I'm like, that is he's like absolutely done
yeah.
with all of this.
But her
It's
her reaction to hearing her father's words is also another thing
yeah,
where it doesn't need to be said, but we understand it, and it's
yeah, yeah,
um
yeah.
yeah,
I mean, that's
just the
acting.
depth of writing is yeah,
Yeah,
it is missed from that era, I guess.
yeah,
Not to say that this is
absolutely.
badly written, but that's just different, I guess. So we're having a debate competition, and we have a little kind of debate montage on various topics, and Caleb is kind of a debate prodigy, I guess,
Yeah, yeah,
because we later found out he had to read a lot of regulation books in prison, I suppose. Uh,
yeah. As one
and
does.
yeah, as one does. And it's Jaden's turn, and I still hate the name, by the way. Jaden,
Oh yeah,
it's
no,
tough.
it's terrible. It doesn't sound Klingon enough.
Yeah, and they try. Some characters try with Jaden, but the human characters are just saying Jaden.
Jaden, hey Jaden, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
yeah,
And he struggles, and he says it. He says something along the lines of, I have trouble speaking my point of view, and I'm just, huh? What is the problem here? Can't it just be a fear of public speaking?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
this weirdly specific thing. I didn't really understand what the thing
Yeah, so,
was.
so I mean, some of his lines are a little bit sort of overdone in places.
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I think in general he does it well.
Hmm.
But there are some where it's sort of he's trying too much to like it's this like deep Klingon
Yeah.
voice and I struggle, blah, blah, and it's like okay, just just be like I can't do this, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but setting up an episode about debate and speech is nice, because that is quite a Star Trek thing, convincing someone
Yeah, no,
of your
exactly.
point of view through speech
It
and
would make
facts.
sense
And
that you do this a lot at the academy.
yes, yes, absolutely,
Yeah.
great. That's a great point, actually, that they
Mm.
would do this a lot. Um, and we get another scene now where we find out that there's been an accident with a ship that was carrying Klingon refugees, and we get this little background about Klingon society after the burn. And I
Well,
think
also, I mean, I didn't realize that the homo, I never know how to say it,
it's just
Kronos,
Kronos.
Kronos, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, obviously that's from Discovery. Gets
yeah. This is
destroyed
the
in the
burn.
burn or something, right? Yeah, okay,
Well, I don't know if Discovery goes into the Klingons in depth, but for
right.
my first time encountering this I guess situation, like I thought this was just like a wonderful kind of position for the Klingons,
Yeah,
just in the context of a story for that race, for that, for them and the way we know them to be
yeah,
refugees now, to lack a home world, which is so
and
such a core.
and
Yeah,
that they don't want to accept any help from anyone. They're like
yeah,
that's a very sort of Klingon stance to take.
yeah. It makes total sense, where when you consider where Kronos is in their like
Yeah,
foundation myth. I guess it's the
yeah,
absolute tenet
exactly.
of everything
Yeah,
that they are.
yeah,
Um, yeah. So we get into the first flashback of many
mm,
in the episode, and it's tough times for Jaden and his family. The kind of I guess hunter gatherer, um, uh,
yeah. It looks like it.
yeah, way of living, and they find some forbidden Starfleet tech, which is it's a beacon advertising the academy. And I guess it's here where Jaden's brother Thar says that this is your destiny. Um,
Yeah, absolute lad. Like, guy,
yeah.
you know, the dad's like, nah, you have to be a warrior or whatever, and he's like, no,
Yes.
you must feed your mind or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, and we come out of the flashback, and we uh, find a debate topic, which is the Klingon diaspora, as the Doctor calls it. And I was buzzing for this because I love a thorny issue. You know, it's
Right.
something where there's no the question of should Starfleet forcibly relocate the Klingons to a new homeworld
Yeah.
is thorny, and there's no kind of clear cut right or wrong or anything like that, and it's very easy to
Yeah.
fall on either side of the debate. So I was buzzing for this, moral
Yes.
gray area and debate, this
Yeah.
total kind of Trek alchemy coming
Yeah.
together there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Where it is actually a worthy debate topic. It's not like, oh, we all know what you should do, but they don't want to do it. It's more sort of it doesn't have a clear cut answer. You do have to
Yes,
debate it all.
yes, um, and I guess Caleb asks uh, Jaden to be on his team, and he makes a joke about Master Debater,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like almost lost all the goodwill I had built up for this episode in
Yeah.
that
I know. I
moment.
was also like, why would you have done that?
Yeah, a joke from 2016, crying out loud. Um, but in that moment, for Jaden as a Klingon who we perceive as different,
Hmm.
his interests lie in healing and medicine. Um, but he has this is like a true Klingon moment for him, I think, where his
Yeah.
reaction
Exactly. Yeah.
to his invitation of like, it's he's been dishonored, I guess, in a way,
Yeah.
which I love.
Yeah. And Caleb was expecting him to take the other side, but then he took the sort of classic Klingon position that the rest of them were taking as well.
Yes, yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, because they assume that because he's in the academy, that he's not like the others.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
And I
yeah,
think I think
that's
this is part
also
of
Caleb sort of feeling like his side is the only correct side.
yes,
That at that stage he sort of realizes, oh, this is actually because he's just so brilliant at debating and everything. He doesn't realize that maybe there might be another side to things.
yeah. I mean, and this is a big real beginning of this arc in the episode where Jaden becomes, a Klingon as we know them to be.
Yeah.
Um, next we have the second flashback where the brother Thar dies because he's trying to sell Federation technology
Mm.
and is attacked for it. And Jaden says, "I can get the technology and save him with it," but and the father says no. Uh,
Mm.
then we go into uh, uh,
Yeah, and
Chancellor
I
Ake.
think it
Oh yeah,
was I think it was maybe in that scene, and I think it was in like the flashback scenes, because I mean they always talk about Kalis, right? But
yes,
I think they keep saying it differently. Sometimes they say Kalesh, sometimes they say
yeah,
Kaleth. It sort of feels like I don't know. They're trying to make it sound more Klingon. It's like Kalesh or whatever. They keep sort of, and it's different. It's not consistent. It's sort of bugged me a bit.
yeah. I'm thinking about it now because like I'm thinking of like Worf and Gowron
Wolf,
and
yeah.
Martok
They all just say
saying
Kalis.
Kalis, but I think because they had the mouthpieces with
Uh,
the funny teeth that they would have naturally not said the S properly. Like
yeah,
it would have just come out a little bit like Kailesh, where they couldn't.
yeah, maybe. But I mean, I don't really sort of. It sounded wrong, immediately. I was like, I don't think that's how it's normally been said.
Yeah, but
Um,
consistency with the Klingons, as we know with this franchise, is it's just all over the place.
no, completely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then they even try and explain it at some stage in DS9 or whatever. When they have that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and yeah. Worf says, "We
Yeah, we
don't
do
talk
not
about it with
speak of it.
outside." Yeah. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we have a scene where RK is catching up with an old friend, Obel, who I guess is the head of the Klingons. Uh, would it be Chancellor? I guess. And it's a lovely
yeah, probably.
it's it's a lovely debate, like a classic kind of Star Trek debate, because
Yeah,
they're talking about the problem, and you see both sides of it.
yeah.
Uh, and both have a point. And I think with Obel's, what's interesting is you can tell he wants to help, but there's no way that he's going to be
Exactly.
able to
He
push it over
he
the
sort
line.
of he wants to take the other side. He thinks that they should um accept the help, but
Yes. Yeah.
he knows that he has to represent his people and that they don't want that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we go into
And
another
they
scene.
had a really good dynamic, those two
Yeah, yeah,
characters
yeah,
in
yeah,
that
yeah. I mean,
scene.
you
It
could tell
was
they're old friends.
exactly, yeah.
Maybe there's a little bit of flirting in there.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly, yeah,
but
yeah,
it is a lovely it is a very well played
yeah,
scene, I think. And then we have another scene where Caleb and Jaden are catching up in the I guess the med bay, the medical area, and he's, they're talking with I've just written down for the scene a quote from Jaden, which is, "This is not about you," and it's just like, it's so
right.
right. Like, just get like leave it, Caleb.
Yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. Oh yeah, because
Um,
they like nearly come to blows or something then, don't they? They're sort of like was that later maybe in the atrium or something? At some stage they like really climb into each other.
I think it's this scene, but
Mm.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's like why is Caleb getting so worked up about this? I understand Jaden.
Yeah,
But
there you go.
but yeah, Caleb is it's like okay, the debate's not even happening yet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We go into another flashback where um, yeah, Jaden and his father are on the hunt to become a
Mm.
member of the house, uh, and he asks to go to the academy, and father says no, and screams and shouts and storms off. And I wrote that the decision to go to the academy is his way of honoring Dar, his brother,
Right.
because
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
found the beacon and it's what he wanted for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have uh, Darum um, catching up with Jaden and kind of giving him a Kionian breathing technique, I
Oh
suppose.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I really like this scene. I really did.
Okay.
There's something the intimacy,
Yeah.
a lot of unspoken feelings in
Yeah.
there.
I was expecting Jaden to sort of put up more resistance to it, but he sort of accepted the help for a change.
Yeah, and then we go into the debate proper, uh, and we have a few cuts of other students debating and passing
Mm.
on, and the doctors looking on proudly, and
Yeah, I mean
so
the
and so
doctor.
advances.
I'm so happy for him. He's got his opera club. He's got his debate club. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he said what he said. I debated myself into existence.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
loved it.
love
No,
the framing of that.
yeah. I was, I originally said I thought that him being a teacher was a strange decision. Like it doesn't suit. He would have never chosen that. I don't think.
Yeah.
But like I sort of see it now. It's sort of like his retirement project almost. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm gonna go and run these clubs and everything.
Yeah.
I'm loving him.
Um, and we get to Caleb and Jaden's big debate, and I thought this was a fantastic scene because
Mm,
the drama of the tension between Caleb and Jaden is unspoken. It's all underneath everything that they're
right.
saying in the
Yeah.
debate, and they're both making points, great points. Um, but it's just really good writing where everything
Yeah.
is really unspoken. Um,
No,
but
no, you're
then
right. It's sort of it feels like everything coming together as well. It's like
yes, yeah, yeah,
the final conflict
yeah,
almost.
and it escalates to the point where the debate is shut down, and so we have Jaden is in his quarters, cooling down, and the scene that I was hoping that they would do in this episode
Mm.
happens, where Lurathok comes in. She's half
Ah,
Klingon,
right. Yeah.
and sits down and talks like as his Klingon elder,
Yeah.
which and
And
speaks to him.
she doesn't even like offer the advice. She's just like, I am a Klingon elder, so like now like listen to me, like
Yes,
she's sort of like, this is just the way that Klingons are.
yes, and he says something where he says, "I don't know what Klingon I am," and the last scene when I talk about all the dramas underneath and it's inferred from us, and
Yeah.
but that's kind of saying the theme out loud.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
little bit like, come on, you had it there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like
Uh,
we were all following. Um, you
yeah,
didn't have to spell it out.
yes. But in the midst of this heart to heart, we get the final flashback um, of the same scene from before, where he's abandoned by his father, and Lurathok points out that he's not he missed on purpose. There's no way an angry Klingon is
Yeah.
going to miss that hawk
Yeah.
in that moment. He missed on purpose. It was his way of honoring you and freeing you. And I thought that was a lovely
Yeah.
bit of storytelling.
I thought
And
so as well. And
yeah,
it's sort of it doesn't it doesn't even have to be true. She's just like saying, this is the
yes,
story now. Like
yes,
it, forget about what you think was happening. This is now the story. Your father was actually always there for you, and he did this for you.
yes. Again, as the Klingon elder, I love that she had that moment to
Right.
teach him
Yeah.
and guide him. And for a show that's called Starfleet Academy, this is a great
Yes.
kind of the teacher guiding the students.
Guiding the student. Yeah. No. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just really, really, really good stuff going on there in that
Yeah.
scene. Eventually, Jaden is back on the podium, and he gives his big emotional speech. Um, and the core being that we need to talk to the Klingons in their language, um,
Yeah.
which we find out is battle.
Yeah. We all knew this, didn't we?
Yeah. Um, and we he's invited onto the bridge for this mission, and the saucer section separates from the Athena.
Yeah. So I
And
have a lot to say about the
oh
ships
yes,
here.
so in my notes I have saucer can warp.
Yeah. What's the point of having nacelles? The
Yeah.
whole point of having the nacelles is that that's the warp drive. So,
Yes.
and why would you have them and then
Yes.
separate them to travel? I mean, it doesn't make sense. With the Enterprise D, it was actually the other way around. They left the saucer behind and they kept the nacelles and the engineering section because that's the most essential part.
Yes.
Now they've left the most essential part behind
Because the saucer
and warped
section was
the
also where the families would live.
yeah. So yeah, no, I absolutely hated that. I was like, this what is this?
So
And
I have a
there were other ships as well. There were other ships that arrived, and none of them had nacelles.
yeah, but I think I have an idea about this, what the intention is.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Um, I was thinking that maybe the school is left behind,
I think that's sort of
and
what they are thinking.
yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, maybe the nacelles that are left behind are faster, I guess, and they can reach
I
warp
suppose.
9.9,
Yeah.
and I
Maybe.
don't know.
Yeah.
But they go to Fon Alpha,
Yeah, and did you notice when they arrived there, the one ship's name?
The USS Riker.
The USS Riker. He got the acknowledgement.
But
I
what did
was
he
so
do
happy
to
with
get a
that.
ship name?
Yeah, I know exactly, but I'm enjoying these little sort of like things that they sprinkle in here and there. You know, the Kirk Pavilion or whatever, and the Riker USS Riker.
Yeah, I mean, the Kirk Pavilion feels earned because it's probably the most significant figure
Yeah, yeah,
in Star Trek history, I guess.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but we begin the ploy of we're going to fire on any Klingons we find in this area, and I love the little smile from Obel, where he's like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah, because he clocks it
nice."
immediately. He's like,
He's like,
ah,
"Nice,
okay,
okay,
nice.
we're gonna play along. This is good stuff." And the Klingon
Yeah.
fleet arrives, and we get the classic Klingon battle theme from the original movies,
Mm.
which is nice to hear again. And yeah, the planet is seized with relative ease because I think everyone knows what's going on, right?
Well, I sort of I feel like the lower down Klingons don't. You know, they
Well, yeah,
get
the lower
the
decks.
yeah, exactly. Because they have to feel that oh we fought for this, you know. But all the sort of captains of the ships and stuff probably all know. Yeah.
Yeah, um, yeah, but also I think they all play along, and then they know that um this is something that we can pass down as a new myth, you know, and we
Right.
don't have to
Yeah.
lie about
Exactly.
it really.
Yeah. Exactly. And it will eventually become true.
Yeah, but
You
I
know.
love
So we
how
fought for the planet.
yeah, I love how kind of going through the motions the scene is like shields at 95%, no damage whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
everyone's just kind of like, we'll do a little kerfuffle and then you can have your planet.
Yeah.
Uh, and so now the
We got to make it
Klingons,
look believable.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Klingons are relocated, and we find out that Jaden's parents are alive.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're going to play that card at some point in the season.
Probably. Yeah. Because I mean, yeah. Also, you mentioned earlier that they're living a hunter gatherer style
Hmm.
lifestyle, but then they're like, okay, no, but we're gonna get into our spaceships now and leave.
Yeah,
So I'm like, well, why were you living this hunter gatherer style if your spaceship was parked just down the road? You know?
yeah. I suppose
Because
they needed food or something.
yeah, I suppose, and yeah, they had to leave somehow, right?
Yeah, and the final
Yeah.
scene on the staircase, Jaden is eating his food that only a true warrior can
Oh, he
can
had.
eat.
I mean, I think these were earlier in the episode, but he said something like, "I'll not eat anything that didn't die in a fair fight."
Yeah, it was the pepperoni.
Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Brilliant. And also, he said it's. I think this was in the previous episode. Actually, he said like, "No, it needs to have blood in it for it to be food."
Yeah.
No, he's got some brilliant lines.
Yeah. But his beacon has been assembled, the reminder of his brother.
Mm, mm,
Um, and Caleb and Jaden are, I guess, brothers. And
yeah.
that I think was kind of the uh, part of the episode that was a little bit undercooked. Was this
Right.
kind of brotherly link between the two of them? I don't
Yeah.
really feel like we got there from the other episodes. Why we're in this position
Right.
now.
Like why it's them too. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not even roommates, or
Right.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, wrapping up that episode, I thought definitely the best one so far.
Oh, absolutely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I really, really enjoyed that one. And yeah, I mean, I was looking forward to Jaden, like from the beginning. I thought, nah, this guy's gonna, you know, he just had that sort of brooding thing. And
Hmm.
I was really hoping for a good backstory because you could tell it was coming. And yeah, no, I think we got it. I think we
Yeah.
got
I mean, it's
a good one.
like I said, the balance of a character piece and a
Yeah.
proper Star Trek
Yeah.
politically driven episode.
Yeah. 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 And it was, yeah. Yeah. I suppose in a different way, it's like the small and the big all happening together and influencing each
Yes.
other, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
We get to the point at the end of the episode. We only get there through Jaden working through his
yeah.
issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can move on to episode 5 now, series Acclamation Mill. So we
Mm.
immediately know that this is a Sam-centered episode. Sam, of course, is the hologram, the photonic character student. And immediately I'm thinking, like, what's the style? What's the narration? What's happening
Yeah,
here?
yeah, like
Is this
because
justified in any
she's
way?
like talking to us to the camera. I was like, nah, I don't like this. Like straight away, I was like,
Yeah,
mm.
it's grating.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and um, she talks about being an emissary for her makers.
mm,
And as soon as the word emissary is dropped, I'm thinking, okay, there's
yeah,
Sisko. Because the Cisco
yeah.
thing was in the trailer for the show. We knew it was coming.
Oh, was
Um,
it? Okay, I'd forgotten that because
yeah, I mean,
I was thinking, because they've brought the Doctor back because obviously he can still be alive. But I
yes,
was like, there's no other characters really that they can still bring back. And then as soon as they mentioned emissary, I was like, oh my god, are they gonna wrap up Cisco's story? So I'd
yeah, but
forgotten that it was in the trailer.
yeah, and Cisco, like, I guess, is alive, existing out of time, I suppose. So he
Yeah, I
could
mean,
show up at any point.
you've finished DS9 more
I
recently than
have,
me. I mean, I'd forgotten exactly what happened. I mean, can you remind me? Do you remember?
well, he he went to live with the prophets,
Right.
the wormhole aliens, who
Yeah.
exist out of time and out of space, I guess.
But why? I mean,
But
I
as
feel like
everyone,
some.
but as everyone knows, it like in universe,
Yeah.
they only understand that he went down to the fire caves to put an end to the power race with Gul Dukat, and that he
Oh,
fell down, I
right.
suppose, or what?
Yes.
Oh, Gul Dukat fell down, or whatever. But that's the last that people saw
Right. Yeah.
of the
Okay.
Cisco.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um. So the word emissary is dropped, and I realized we were getting a Cisco thing, and it is a little bit of a stretch. Uh, the kind of emotional attachment that Sam forms with Cisco, um,
A little bit.
just
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
being by each being an emissary. I guess it's a little bit of a stretch, but it is nice.
Yeah.
Also wanted to point out we have Jaden wearing a skirt quite
Oh,
early on.
was he really? Oh, I didn't see
Yes,
that.
yeah,
Oh, no
and it's
way.
actually throughout the
Okay.
episode, and it
Oh, I
reminded
didn't
me
even see
of.
that.
Do you remember in Next Generation, early season
Yes.
one, they have
Absolutely. I think it
men
was
in
like the
dresses.
second episode or something.
Yeah, quite a
Yeah,
few
I
men in
definitely
dresses
remember that.
in the corridors, and I like that's obviously like that was a Gene Roddenberry thing of like we're in the
Yeah.
future
Yeah.
and clothes are not so kind of gendered anymore,
Yeah.
and it's um I like that they brought it back, and that
Yeah,
no
that's
one
cool.
really
I'm gonna go and look at that again because I
no
didn't
one
notice
said
that at
anything
all.
about it, which again is good. They're not patting
Yeah.
themselves on the back for putting it in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But actually, he like it does actually kind of work for him. He looks good.
I can
Wearing
imagine that
yeah,
it's. I'm probably gonna go and rewatch this now
yeah,
to see that.
yeah, and so now Sam is catching up with the makers in the form of a sentient gas cloud, the classic Star Trek appearance, and we're talking about. She's talking about organic habits are funny, and
Mm,
obviously
mm,
the
mm.
makers want to understand organics and because they fear them um, because they weren't treated as sentient or whatever when they were created. So that's why she's there,
Yeah.
and um, she decides that the best way to develop her skills as an emissary is to learn what happened to Cisco.
Yeah.
And like I said, like in universe, they don't really know what happened to him. But like for me, it was a little bit frustrating because like we've watched Deep Space Nine. We know we as an audience don't need to
Right.
figure
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
out. We had the emotional conclusion.
Yeah. We've seen it. Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
themes that they talk about in this episode,
Right.
we lived, we watched, and we
Mm,
felt, and we thought about during Deep Space Nine.
yeah.
Um, so it's a little
Yeah. No. Right.
it's a little clumsy, and we are introduced to Professor Isla.
Oh,
We'll get
yes,
to that later, of
yes.
course,
Yeah, we'll
as
get to that.
as played by Tawny Newsome, who I don't know if you know, but she is the voice actor of Mariner in Lower Decks.
Oh, no ways.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
and she is
Wow,
a producer on this show. Wrote this episode, and I haven't heard any
nice.
updates about this, but for a while now, she's been developing a new Trek show in the format of a workplace comedy like The Office.
Oh,
So,
cool.
um,
Oh, that sounds
so,
awesome.
yeah, just that little bit background
Okay, yeah.
on her place in the within the franchise. So we're thinking about what happened, and the first step is to go to to go to Bajor Club
Yeah.
and absolutely stomp around
Yeah, yeah.
and ruin it and ruin the vibe there.
It's like if we went to church.
Yeah.
Because she didn't hold back, eh? She's like,
No, she did
what did
not
she
hold
say?
back.
She said something like, I want it based on facts, not based on all of this nonsense or
Yeah, she
something.
actually says nonsense, exactly.
Awesome.
Um, and then we get a scene where Sam is in Arkay's office, and this is what I was asking for when the last time we did a Star Trek episode. Is let's have
Oh, right. Yes.
Arkay have more contact with the other students
Yeah.
and guide them more and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and there was a nice bit of mentorship, and I like that she Sam says something and Arkay says, "Speak more, or talk more about it." And like just kind of
Right.
pulling out the
Yeah.
information, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, and then we have, I guess, the B plot of this episode, which I didn't really understand.
The B
um,
plot.
yeah, when you always have an A plot and a B
Yeah.
plot,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
they come together at the end. Um, the Arkay is with the chancellor of the War College, who I'm guessing his
Oh,
name is
right.
Kelrek.
Yes.
That's a guess, stab in the dark.
Yeah. Maybe.
And he's boiling the ocean
Oh, yes. Yeah.
for uh, some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna quickly move on from that because I don't understand
Yeah.
what's going on there.
No, same. Same.
And now we're
I
in
loved,
the.
I think it was in this episode, though, where he was making tea and trying
It
to,
was in the
he's
prank
a,
one. It was in the prank
oh,
one
was
that
it? Oh, was
he
it?
made
Okay.
it, and then in this one, okay, it's like, let me make you a cup of tea because you're stressed, and he's like, you wouldn't even know where to begin because like all
Yeah.
the temperatures have to be exact and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And the way he stirs it and everything. And then,
Yeah,
yeah. I enjoyed that.
yeah. Do you ever see those reels on Instagram where someone is making coffee in like the most elaborate,
Yeah. Like with all
insane way?
it's like a 7-step process
Yeah,
just
and
to
they're
get
like
it in
10
the thing.
gadgets,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
every comment is like, how is this enjoyable to spend 45 minutes making a coffee? That's what I think
Yeah.
about.
It's like you have to have your instant cup when you first wake up just to be awake enough to do this whole process.
Yes, yeah. But now we're in the Benjamin Sisko museum, a holographic exhibit.
Mm.
I'm going around, and there's the old DS9 uniform,
Yeah.
one of the best ever Star Trek uniforms
Yeah, no,
with
I
the gray
agree. I,
shoulders.
I did sort of enjoy the whole that they've sort of turned him into a bit of a myth. That he is this sort of like what happened to Benjamin
Yeah, but I mean,
Sisko. Like,
it is a crazy thing
mm,
uh, what he went through.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah,
yeah. Um, I I always remember, always think about the first episode of Deep Space Nine. Where it's like we're launching a new Star Trek show, and everyone hates each other in this. No one wants to be, everyone hates each other. And no one wants to be here, and the
yeah.
captain, the commander, wants to leave Starfleet, and he hates Picard, who's the most
Oh
popular
yeah,
character ever.
him and Picard like have a proper
I
yeah,
was,
no,
I
exactly.
always think about the ambition to introduce Cisco as hating the guy we love in Star Trek. It's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
yeah, but
It's
that
like I remember watching just to talk about Doctor Who quickly. I remember watching Tennant regenerate into Matt Smith, and I
mhm.
hated Matt Smith in that first scene because I was like, "What the hell are you doing, man? You've
Yeah,
just replaced Tennant. Get out of here!" Like. So yeah, no, as you say, it's bold in the
yeah,
very first episode to make him hate Picard.
and and obviously he has an important point just in history as being uh, the kind of central figure in the Dominion War
Yes,
and
yeah,
stopping
yeah.
that. Um,
Yeah, which I mean,
so
I think we both agree is some of the best Star Trek ever, right?
oh,
Those
absolutely,
Dominion War episodes.
yeah,
That's about as good as it gets.
absolutely. But so like you said, it all adds up to this legendary figure within
Yeah,
the
yeah,
universe, and obviously that's why he gets a museum.
yeah.
And we get Hollow Jake, which is nice.
Oh, I loved him. He looked
And
so distinguished as well with
yes,
the beard and everything.
yes, but on the beard, he has the Cisco hairstyle. He's bald and he has the facial hair. This is
Oh,
kind of the Cisco look,
right.
you know.
Yeah, okay. I didn't even think. But I also think. I mean, did he have a Bajoran earring on, or
Ooh,
was it just an earring? I mean, he had an earring. I don't know if it was like because the Bajorans often have these like elaborate earrings and stuff.
yes. I'm
So I
looking
was
at it
wondering
now.
if that was a Bajoran one or if he's just got because it was only on one side and it was fairly elaborate. So I was wondering if it's like some sort of you know,
I'm looking at it now.
yeah.
No, no, because the Bajoran one
Mm.
is like on the top and then comes around or something,
Oh, okay, so
or
it was
loops.
just an earring.
It was just
Okay,
an earring. Yeah.
right. But yeah, I
Um.
mean, for a few seconds I was like, wait, is this actually Jake? And then you sort of you see it like around his eyes and stuff, and you're like, oh my god, it is him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I was definitely did a bit of a cheer there. I was like, no way, it's Jake.
And
Never expected him back.
it's nice. It's a nice kind of way to bring him back as a hologram
Yeah,
exhibit. Excuse me.
yeah,
And yeah. So in the next scene, we have Sam has made gumbo for everyone. Obviously
yes.
the Cisco's iconic dish. Um, just to kind of understand the kind of touchstones, I guess, of his life. Um, but we could have had more baseball, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They
mean,
didn't
you
even
know my
mention. I
love
mean,
of
come on.
baseball.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah. Any
absolutely.
chance to get any baseball in there?
I
Um,
love how they always talk about it. Even in DS9, they're like, it's this ancient sport that they used to play, and I'm like,
yeah, but, but
yeah,
he's
there's
always
no
going
ways
to.
baseball's surviving.
I mean, he wants like he's like Jake. Do you want to come to the Hollow Suite and watch the 1955 World Series between the
Yeah,
Yankees and whatever? Um,
yeah,
uh, and we have another catch up with the makers. Um, and this is the point where I actually understood the name series Acclamation Mill. Uh,
oh yeah.
at this point, just as you know, it acclamation linking to the emissary role.
Oh, I see. Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, yeah,
And the maker says, "Oh, you have 1 week," and this is kind of thin, dramatic pressure. Let's
yeah,
create some time pressure on this whole situation. And then we have the cometa fish part of the B plot.
yeah.
And I don't understand.
I don't really know what that was. It was sort
So
of
Kelrick is worried about an ambassador that he has to talk to, and they're
yeah,
doing a rehearsal of something.
yeah. I
And
wasn't
Commander
too
Reno
sure.
is just like, I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a strange scene. I mean, it sort of ends obviously with him sort of saying why he's been the way he's been or whatever because he lost faith in what's her name? Ake.
Yeah, okay,
Because
yeah.
she abandoned Star Trek and everything. So it's sort of it ends up somewhere, but the way that it gets there with that whole scene with the dinner thing, it was sort of very random.
Yeah, very, random's a good way to
Yeah.
frame it, I think.
Yeah.
Don't really, and it doesn't really come back to link with the
Mm.
main plot. It
No.
feels very filler.
Yeah,
And I
absolutely.
don't
Yeah.
understand why you have to fill an hour. I mean, we're used to 45 minutes, Star Trek episodes. I want a
Yeah.
45-minute one again. Um, but now all the students are in San Francisco proper, and they're at a bar called the Academy, I think. And
Oh
Sam
yeah.
is instantaneously drunk on 12 shots of vodka, which I thought was
Yeah,
pretty
I
funny.
mean, I was thinking though, when Caleb goes and starts coding on her stuff and everything, you
Yeah,
you were mentioning always the hollow keyboards and stuff,
yeah,
and I think it was definitely the first time he does it, and he changes her hair to purple and all of that. Was sort of like a very random way of introducing it, and with the hollow keyboard and everything. I was imagining you not really enjoying that scene.
yeah. I just thought that it was a little, I guess you would say, invasive for a sentient being, I suppose, for
Right.
someone to
Yeah.
come in and do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I
Um,
was also thinking, because where are you in Voyager? Still in first
Early
season?
season 2 still.
Oh, season two. So I don't know when it is, but at the moment, in early Voyager, the Doctor can obviously only go to the medical bay or whatever, and then they sort of, they extend his range eventually, and then,
I
I mean,
had
I'll
this
try not
down.
yeah,
I
I'll
had
try
this
not
written down.
spoil it, but at some stage he gets a bit of freedom, and he can sort of explore a bit, right?
Yeah,
And now I'm wondering, I mean, what's, because he used to wear this sort of thing on his, I mean, it's called the mobile emitter, right? He used to wear this thing that he gets from somewhere, which allows him to then, it like emits him as wherever he is. But neither him nor Sam are wearing this thing. So I'm like, okay, are they're just holograms now? They don't need an emitter because they're in the 32nd century or whatever it is.
yeah. I have
Um,
written down in my notes, does the bar have hollow emitters?
right,
Why would a
right,
bar have that?
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, yeah, so I've thought about that a little bit, like where they, oh, because so you're saying like it's reasonable to assume that the academy has hollow emitters everywhere,
yeah.
but then they can't necessarily leave the academy.
Yeah. I mean, the Academy would have it because they employ a hologram.
Yeah,
So that for them is
right. Yeah,
essential.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then Caleb and Tarima, I've already
Yeah,
forgotten
well
her
done.
name. They're outside making out. And
Yeah, and shame they're growing on me a little bit. Like they sort of, in the third episode they were still cringy, but then like after that they sort of it's sort of giving me like a Montagues and Capulets sort of vibe, It's sort of like the forbidden love, and now like they like, and then what did he say? Brilliant line.
oh, this is not on the level of Romeo and Juliet.
No, no, I'm not saying that, but it's sort of like the two warring sides, and then they like, he's like, you want to go outside, and she's like, yeah.
I wasn't thinking of Romeo and Juliet. I was thinking of like when my little sister is like 16 or something, and just like, and you're just like getting annoyed by like how they talk about relationships and stuff in high school, and you're like,
Right.
just
Yeah.
whatever, like, you know,
Yeah.
dating and relationship and boyfriend girlfriend, it's all the same thing,
Yeah. No, it is a sort of
I wasn't thinking
the
of like one of the greatest pieces of literature ever written.
yeah, no, look, I'm not comparing it to that, but I'm saying the sort of, um where they can't acknowledge it between like the two,
Oh,
because these sides are like all posturing
yeah,
and being over the top. And then Caleb's there and he's like, hey, want to go outside? And she's like, yeah, cool. And then, I
yeah.
mean, he said a great line. I laughed a lot. He said, some of my most epic relationships have been completely imaginary.
Oh my god.
Loved it.
Yeah. I love having an epic relationship.
An epic one. Yeah,
Yeah. And so then the War College is obviously there,
yeah.
and like you said, it's posturing. It's what are you doing here? Well, I should ask you the same question.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I've written down the Vulcan actor is tough. Like I'm so out. I'm sorry, I know a
yeah.
young working actor trying to have a break in his career, but like it's just tough.
No, I mean, I
I'm not
don't like
having it.
the girl either. I think she's like overacting the whole time.
Yeah,
She's like,
but
I've got to show everyone how angry I am, and like,
yeah, but she's
it's sort
behaving
of,
like a 17-year-old
yeah, yeah.
human girl instead. Like I keep coming back to this, but the species
Yeah.
dynamics, use them,
No, completely.
have
Yeah.
them behave like you know whatever race she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam starts a bar fight, whatever. Um,
Yeah, but
and
she decks the chick, eh? Yo.
yeah,
Suddenly
yeah,
just
she
boom
did.
out of nowhere.
Yeah, she went full 180. Um, and then yeah, the doctor is obviously disappointed. Um,
Mm,
he's kind of,
yeah.
I guess he would be the photonic elder um, to Sam.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. And then Professor Isla uh, gives Sam a copy of Anselm, which is the Bajoran word for father, which is the kind of
Ah, okay.
legendary unpublished work of uh, noted author Jake Sisko.
Right.
And she opens it, and I guess a hollow program of Jake um, appears.
Yeah, so I mean, I wasn't sure if that's supposed to be an actual hollow program or if this was sort of like, imagination.
Yeah, I mean, uh, I guess you can.
It's sort of open for interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, you can think of it as she's reading the book,
Right,
and
yeah.
this is an expression of her,
Yes.
because it is Jake speaking to her through the book. This
Yeah.
is an expression of her figuring out those ideas and themes.
Yeah.
Um, but I thought again it was um it was really lovely, and I think it was
It was.
nice.
That whole scene with the two of them was fantastic. I mean, I wasn't liking Sam too much at the beginning.
Yes,
Um, I mean, even at the beginning of this episode.
yeah,
But then in that scene, I was like, okay, no, shame. Maybe I haven't been giving her enough of a chance.
yeah. Um, but it was nice to have Jake have a kind of resolution with a
Yeah.
relationship with his father, which I don't remember
No.
uh there being that in DS9,
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
because it's like
I mean,
very
I was
close to him
also
entering the wormhole.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was also worried that they were, he was only going to have that first scene
Hmm.
in the museum or whatever. I'm glad that they did bring him back for
Yeah.
a more detailed scene, um, where I also did feel like it was Jake, right? Like I was like,
Yes.
oh no, this is Jake, like for sure.
Jaco.
Jaco, yeah, exactly. I wonder where Nog is. I'd love to catch up with him.
uh, if I'm not mistaken, there is a ship named Nog
Oh,
somewhere.
seriously?
I
No
think
ways.
I'm gonna guess. Stab in the dark. I'm gonna say that in Picard season 3.
Yeah, okay. It's like ringing a bell now. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, because
yeah.
I think they would have done it because the actor who played Nog passed away, I think around
Oh,
COVID.
oh,
Um,
snap.
so it might have been a
Sure.
kind of way of
Yeah,
paying tribute to him. Yeah, but there's um there's really nice stuff in the scene about you know um, truth and living a true life,
yeah,
and
yeah,
Sam is saying, how can Cisco have lived a life that was fully preordained? But we find out no, he actually didn't. He went against the prophets
yeah,
and all these things, um and she says, you know, Cisco in the wormhole, he doesn't have gumbo, he doesn't have baseball. It was like, but he doesn't need those things. He's with
yeah,
he's I guess he was with his late wife in the wormhole in that sense.
yeah.
But it's a really lovely lovely scene and lovely resolution for
No,
Jake
it
in that
was. It was
context.
fantastic. Yeah.
And then Sam is
No, I was
catching up.
also. I mean, I
Oh,
was a
sorry,
bit
yeah.
worried. No, no worries. I was a bit worried that they were going to sort of. I mean, I was expecting Cisco, Benjamin Sisko, to actually appear at some stage. Um, and I thought they were going to like conclude the story. Like this is what happened to Benjamin Sisko, and like this is now. Because
Yes.
they sort of they leave it a bit sort of like, well, what happens to him in the future. At the end of DS9, sort of like he's there now. We know where he is, but then like what's going to happen in the future. Um, so I was worried they were sort of going to like conclude it, but it's still open at the end of the episode. Like, what did become of him?
Yeah. I mean, this is the worry when you dig up all this old stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, um, they avoided that trap very nicely.
yeah. No, they did.
And then Sam is catching up with Professor Isla, who we find out is Dax.
I was literally screaming. I was like, "It's fucking Dax, bro!"
Yeah, Dax,
Yeah.
one of the great Trek characters, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And once again, I mean, I'd been wondering who else they could plausibly bring back as still being alive, and I'd completely
Mhm.
forgotten about Dax. I was like, um, yeah, that came as a very nice surprise.
Yeah.
I was really happy with that.
Um, and then we have voiceover monologue about the makers. Or we catch up with the makers, tell them like, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna call you, you don't call me, and
Mm, mm.
this is the way it is. Bye. And then she does this voiceover about the theremin, why she is drawn to it.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
which is quite I like the closure of that, because in the beginning of the episode it's like,
yeah.
um
And
why are you
I think
playing music?
she was playing the original theme, eh? The Star Trek original series theme.
I so when that happened, I was like, please don't play a Star Trek piece of music. But then
Right.
it didn't sound familiar to me.
Well, I
I
think
guess we
it
have to go
was
back and check.
I think they played it, but they didn't. They sort of played it before they showed her, but by the time the scene was actually her playing, she was
Oh, it
playing
kind of
something
faded
different.
out.
It's sort of
I guess.
exactly because obviously the original one was on the theremin,
Yeah,
um, so it sort of transitioned into that, I think. But there was definitely a moment where it was um, that original theme
yeah.
for like a moment.
But the question of why play music, or why are you drawn to the theremin, is answered. Of she relates to it.
Mm,
It's something that's not
yeah,
there. It's intangible, but it creates something. It has meaning. It
yeah,
touches people in the way that she does. And yeah, episode closes with her talking to Cisco, um, emissary to emissary. And again, like, I think the link between them is it's a
yeah,
bit stretched.
because it's
Uh,
not really the same thing.
no,
They might be called the same thing, but it's not actually the same thing.
no. I mean, Cisco wasn't teaching the aliens about like how to relate to the Bajorans or
Yeah,
anything.
no, no.
And then we get voice of Avery Brooks. Um,
I was flipping so chuffed with that.
um, I was really stressed about this. Um,
Okay.
because I know that Avery Brooks is he's a strange guy. You see him in interviews,
Yeah,
he's a bit odd,
yeah, yeah.
um, and he's a very, very serious actor, as in takes the work very seriously.
Okay.
So coming back to Star Trek is probably not something that he would be interested in.
Right.
He's one of those actors who kind of like, I did it, I'm going to move on to the next thing.
Yeah, right.
Um, so it's not him,
It's
but
not him.
it's not. Well, it is him, but
Oh,
he didn't do it for the show. But
okay.
thankfully, I've checked on this. Thankfully, it's not generative AI.
Oh,
It's
yeah. Well, because I was wondering. I mean, I was
that's
also
the big
worried.
fear.
Yeah.
It's cut from an audiobook that he narrated.
Okay. Because I was trying to think. I mean, if it was from DS9, but I mean, I can't remember what he says, but it didn't sound familiar. I thought maybe they'd just taken audio from DS9 itself, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I mean, its divine laws are simpler than human ones, which is why it takes a lifetime to be able to understand them. Um, only love can understand them.
Right.
Only love can interpret these words. I'm reading the subtitles as it plays, as they were meant to be
Uh,
interpreted. So, like, even that little piece, like, it kind of like, I don't really get the link, but It's
Yeah.
like it's like they were like, "Oh, we need Avery Brooks audio. Like, what's the best thing that we can find? Like, this is the
Right.
closest."
Yeah. No, you
Which
see,
fair enough. I mean,
I
not
didn't even
using
really.
AI, like the
Yeah.
temptation to use
Yeah.
AI would
Yeah.
have been enormous, I guess, in that situation.
Absolutely.
And fair play
Yeah.
for not going down that route.
But you see, I didn't even really listen to the words, if I'm honest. I mean, I kind of listened to them, but I was just like, "Oh my god, it's Cisco.
Yeah,
He's here. I've been waiting the whole episode, and I thought he wasn't going to show, and then there he is."
yeah. I mean, and it is very very comforting to hear that
Yeah,
Cisco voice.
absolutely. And then, of course, I mean, transitions straight into the DS9 music for
Yes,
the credits. Oh, that was glorious.
and like kind of a self own for Academy. You
Yeah,
know, like reminding you that there actually are great Star Trek themes out there because the Starfleet Academy theme is not good. I
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I I I'll listen to it and immediately forget it. Like I cannot
No,
for the life of
exactly.
me hum along to it.
Yeah. No, it doesn't
Um,
have like a catchy tune to it.
yeah,
Um, yeah, you don't remember it every time. It's like, oh, yeah, okay, this is
yeah.
the tune.
I mean, as we know, I'm watching Voyager, and the Voyager theme is with the
The
drums.
Voyager theme might be my favorite. Eh? I
It,
mean,
yeah,
I the
agreed,
Voyager theme is
agreed.
it's
It
like
is my favorite.
subtle and it's just it's so good.
Yeah. But that was episode 5, series Acclamation Mill. So I guess we can talk a little bit about kind of mid-season feelings on Starfleet
Right.
Academy.
They're going to be 10 episodes.
10 episodes, so we're
Okay.
halfway through. Yeah,
Doesn't really
I'll,
feel like it, eh?
yeah,
That we're halfway through.
yeah. Well, like we've said before, they used to make
Yeah.
25 of these a year. Uh,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I like maybe I'll start there. Just the it's a good looking show. Thank God they're working in full screen again. Because I brought that up before.
Right,
But
yeah.
this thing in modern science fiction TV where
Mm,
the expectation that the special effects have to be to the standard of a blockbuster Hollywood
yeah.
film
Yeah.
is it's really holding it back. You can only make so many episodes because before your
Yeah.
budget runs out. And it takes so long for production to go through that you're waiting 2 years, 3 years between seasons.
Mm,
Um, just sim- please just simplify it and
yeah. Yeah.
let's go back to 13 or 20 or 24 a year. Um,
Absolutely. Because we mentioned it, previously as well. I always forget what it's called. The hacky sack, the
yeah,
hologram hacky sack. Like
yes,
that didn't need to be like, okay, sure, it's a little bit of world building, I
yeah,
suppose, but I mean, uh, you know, you didn't have to do that. You can easily leave out a whole lot of those special effects.
yeah,
Um, they just put them in because it's like, oh well, we better put in some special effects.
yeah. I mean, there's at no point watching any of the kind of classic shows, original
Mm.
series, Next Gen, Deep Space Nine. At no point am I ever like thrilled by a space battle or an action scene.
Yeah.
I'm only ever thrilled by dialogue and
Yeah.
performance and problem
No,
solving
absolutely.
really
Yeah.
in Star Trek. And were you do you ever watch the old stuff and go like, oh man, if they had today's effects budget, what they could do with this? I
Never. I
don't
mean,
care about it. Yeah.
even the ones that were like on Netflix, the original series, they've redone the space shots and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm like, it doesn't ruin it or anything, but it's definitely like, I would just prefer to have the old one. Even if it looks cuck, it
Yeah.
it's still cool. I mean, it's part of it.
Um. Yeah. Just as a little point of trivia, if you get
Mm,
the latest Blu-ray sets of the original series, they have the like remastered film scans of
hmm.
the old stuff, but it's the old special effects
Oh,
in
beautiful.
full HD,
Oh,
right?
beautiful.
So it's an Enterprise on strings going through a sound
Oh,
stage, and it's a tinfoil alien ship, and
oh, that's
it's the way
beautiful.
and painted on lasers, and it's the way it should be.
Yeah,
Um,
my goodness. Yeah, I mean, it's a work of art. You need to appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, and the Next Generation remaster that they did, that's all the special effects are as they were,
Oh,
and it
right.
looks
Yeah, yeah.
brilliant. It looks
Yeah. Yeah,
gorgeous.
no, completely. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like just for the modern state of Star Trek, and we're like kind of screaming into the void that we don't need this. We don't need the whiz
Yeah.
bang special effects. We don't need these incredibly beautiful, elaborate sets. It's the storytelling. It's always the
Exactly.
storytelling.
Because I
That's
mean, I sort
always
of
what we come
think,
back for.
yeah, that's what Star Trek was, is that, they were in the 60s. They wanted to make this story about space, but they were limited by special effects.
Hmm.
They could only do so many scenes with a spacecraft and stuff. For example, that's why they decided, no, we're going to have a transporter, so
Exactly.
that they didn't have to make scenes with a shuttle. You
Hmm.
know,
Going up and down
um,
all the time.
exactly, and that sort of forced them to adopt good stories. They're like, okay, we don't have a lot of special effects, so we have to just write
The-
well,
yeah, the movie next door is on the next soundstage is shooting a gangster movie. Let's take their costumes and sets for a day and make a gangster planet. That's exactly how it
Yeah,
went.
no, completely. Yeah,
Um, but
yeah. So it's never been about the special effects.
no, and it just feels like they're kind of
Yeah,
missing the point a little bit here.
yeah, no, for
Um,
sure.
but as for Academy, just as a self-contained show going on its own, I'm not really moved more from my position last time. I like it a little bit. I
Mm.
don't love it.
It has like moments, doesn't it? I mean,
Yeah, you
I, I
can
I
you can
mean,
see them like you're almost
yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, even, the third episode, terrible. Fourth episode, great.
Yeah,
I'm like, I mean, was it a different writer or something? I mean, well, what's going on here? Because it was two different shows.
yeah. Um, but my main fear coming into this was it would be teen romance
Yeah.
and drama and all that kind of stuff, which is in there and foregrounded one episode, as we spoke about. Very disappointed about, but they're
Mm.
actually putting in like proper science fiction
They are.
stories
They
in
are.
here
Yeah.
so far, to an extent. Um, and my concern with Star Trek being too much about Star Trek itself, and that's not really gone away. The third episode is a bad example of that, and I think
Yeah.
the fifth
Well, hopefully
episode
they've
falls
got it
into
out
the
their system for a little bit.
yeah, but I think the fifth episode does it a little bit as well.
A tiny bit, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, also, the speaking to the camera at the beginning of the episode, I was like, okay, this is not on.
I don't
But
really
then
get. Yeah,
they
it
sort of
didn't really
framed it
feel.
as, I mean, she was speaking to Cisco the whole time. I mean, was that sort of what it was? That's sort of,
Let's go with that.
yeah. I mean, that's what I was, because like at the end, she was then speaking to Cisco, in what's it called, that artifact thing. Um,
The orb.
yeah, thank you. So I was like, oh, that's why she's been speaking to the camera, because this is actually her relating her whole story to Cisco.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I mean
know,
that works.
exactly, because otherwise I'm like, what was that?
Yeah,
That opening scene.
yeah. But
Yeah,
I'll say that if we weren't watching along with the pod, um, I'd still be watching the show.
yeah,
I'd still be tuning in. Um,
no,
tenuously.
same.
I'd be skeptical a little bit.
Yeah.
Episode 3 would have taken me to the brink of tapping out, but I'd still be along for the ride, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we made it through the first season of Jodie Whittaker in Doctor Who. So I mean, if you can do that, you can do anything, man.
Yeah, but with Doctor Who is different because like
Yeah.
uh, we will never not watch Doctor Who.
No, exactly.
You
They
and I
they
will
can make it as
never.
bad as they want, and we will still
We're gonna
still
have
watch it. Yeah.
10 years of awful Doctor Who, and we'll be tuning in every Saturday or Sunday, whenever it
Yeah,
is.
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Trek's a little different that way, where you have these
Yeah,
different shows and different concepts and everything, and you can kind
yeah.
of you're allowed not to like them, and if you don't like one, you
Yes.
can not watch it. Lower
Right.
Decks
Yeah.
is not for everyone. You don't have to watch it. You don't
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
watch Deep Space Nine if you don't really want to.
Yeah, although I mean, you can make it through these spin-offs without having watched Discovery, but I have started noticing, I'm like,
Hmm.
you know, this is all news to me, but if you're a fan of Discovery, you obviously know this already. So I think I need to get onto Discovery at some stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, excited for the rest of the season. Um,
Yeah.
and we'll be taking another break from Star Trek. So we'll be back in 3 weeks talking about Academy again with episodes
Hmm.
6, 7, and 8. But for now, we'll be coming back next Monday with an undecided science fiction film because we forgot
Indeed.
to we forgot to agree on one before we recorded today.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, as always, we'll be back on Monday to talk about some film. Um, Stay tuned on our socials to see what that is, and yeah, we'll see you then. Uh, as always, live long and prosper.